Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. The City of Swift Current's West Landfill is proving to be not only a busy site, but also a positive revenue generator for the city. When many think of the golden years, rounds of golf and vacationing south of the border come to mind. However, a group of Southwest residents are breaking that stigma and showing that life after 55 can be fulfilling and one of trying new experiences. The Sky Center in Swift Current was the host venue of a one-day business forum, bringing together local entrepreneurs to learn about a range of topics. Thanks for joining us here today. The future of the local landfill is part of an ongoing study with the City of Swift Current. We have more in today's top story. The City of Swift Current's West Landfill is proving to be not only a busy site, but also a positive revenue generator for the city. At the recent council meeting, a report was brought forward discussing increased user fees in the new year, and further discussion on the recent opening of a second asbestos pit at the site.
We established an original asbestos pit at our West Landfill operation a number of years ago, and through all of the demolition and all the activity around, it's become full. So it was time to get a second pit built, which we completed this fall. So of course, new pit, new rates associated with it, so we can recover the cost of building that pit originally, maintaining it, and then eventually decommissioning it. Because we have this asbestos disposal site, that we get asbestos disposal from all over the Southwest, all over the area, so they all come to our West Landfill.
Minkin further adds the West Landfill is on the verge of transforming into a regional disposal site, as smaller communities look at their own costs of operation.
The province has been encouraging it as the regulations change within the environmental world. It's becoming more and more difficult for these smaller towns and villages to operate their landfills. So a lot of what's happening is they're decommissioning their landfills, shutting them down, building transfer stations, and then bringing their waste to larger centers such as ours. We're continue to study where we're going to go here. Our East Landfill, we just got a study finished about 2 years ago that kind of gave us the roadmap where we are for the future. Our West Landfill, we have a municipal waste cell ready to go at our West Landfill, and we'll continue to study and look at how that fits into the opportunity for regionalization. So over 2018 and into 2019, we're going to be looking at those opportunities and how we might fit into the bigger picture of the Southwest.
As the role of the West Landfill in Swift Current continues to evolve, additional discussion on the matter will be presented to City Council. A seniors choir in Shaunavon is singing beyond its usual musical repertoire. We find out more about this unique group in this report. When many think of the golden years, rounds of golf and vacationing south of the border come to mind. However, a group of Southwest residents are breaking that stigma and showing that life after 55 can be fulfilling and one of trying new experiences. The Stayin'Alive Not Expired Choir has become a popular social venue for numerous aspiring singers from Shaunavon and the surrounding area, performing a range of songs from AC/DC to BTO.
I wanted it to be of all genres so that it would show the public that we weren't just a church choir and we weren't just an old lady choir. And I wanted the majority of the songs to be a little bit challenging and certainly a surprise for our audience. So we do look at songs that are from all genres, the pop and country and western and rock and roll and heavy metal. But we also do gospel, and we've done a parody, and we do some Cajun and things like that. So Norma and I usually sit down and discuss these songs. And she's a wonderful, wonderful help, and she's highly skilled and highly trained in harmonies. And so she will look at these songs and she'll say, this one is just not going to work for that many voices. Or she'll say, I envision this. And so it's kind of a work in progress all the time. But usually the songs that are really out of the choir's comfort zone come from my own personal preference and my own musical genres, which is quite eclectic.
The group of over 40 members rehearses once per week, with several public performances throughout the year. An outing which everyone looks forward to as they step out of their comfort zone, often singing songs beyond their usual repertoire.
I'm not an avid entertainer, no. When I look out at the audience, I don't focus on anybody or anything. I pay attention to the conductor and what I'm singing. I'm a little nervous.
We have country, we have rock, we have, you name it, we've tried it. And Diane just springs it on us, or Norman springs it on us, and next thing you know, we've done it. Like it's, I don't know, like, it's not songs that I would ever have sang myself. Like some of them don't even make sense.
While others enjoy the socialization and health benefits of participating in the choir.
Part of the reason Diane explained that singing would be good for us is for health, and of course, Norma leads us through a series of breathing programs and speaking and singing, and we've appreciated all of those things.
And as the Stayin'Alive Not Expired Choir continues to add new songs to its lineup, new members are always welcome from across the region. A more in-depth feature of the Stayin'Alive Not Expired Choir is now airing across the province on SaskTel Max Local On Demand on Channel 47. For over 12 years, Southwest TV News has provided the visuals for the defining moments in our community. Support your community and help us to continue our work. Support our sponsors by watching the ads on YouTube and by clicking the ads on our website. Pennies per click, which will help us continue to bring you the award-winning news coverage you've come to expect from Southwest TV News. Swift Current and area businesses recently gathered at the Sky Center for a one-day forum. We bring you some of the highlights in this report. The Sky Center in Swift Current was the host venue of a one-day business forum, bringing together local entrepreneurs to learn about a range of topics. Social media was one of the areas of discussion, as the team from Blue Moose Media shared their insight into the best practices for using this medium, as this can often be a learning curve for many entrepreneurs.
If you want to create that deeper connection, bring in a new audience, you need to tell your full brand story. You need to talk about yourself being in the community and talk about being in advance, being a proud community member, because we know you are, but you just need to tell that story. And then you need to position yourself as an industry expert. Maybe you sell barbecue, so tell me what's the latest in barbecues, or maybe you sell homes, tell me some tips about what I should look for, or maybe some mortgage tips, and then humanize the company. People want to know you, they want to know the staff, they want to know the team culture, and then last but not least, then talk about the product. So those four things, we call those pillars. And if you touch on all those evenly, you start telling your full brand story, you bring in that audience and they'll really engage with what you're doing.
A message which many in the room took to heart, as social media has proven to be a useful form of marketing for many local businesses.
Because there's tons of hairstylists here at Swift Current, and a lot of competition. Everyone is so great at what they do. So I really had to set myself apart, and social media is what kind of brought me to the spotlight.
A successful networking event, which attendees and organizers were glad to be a part of.
The challenge is that we don't have a lot of forums like this in Swift Current to really help build the overall knowledge base of the business community in and around Swift Current. So to me, this is a huge, huge value driver.
But I also think it just provides a great networking event to get us all together. We come from all different industries, but we all struggle with a lot of the same challenges. So this is a great forum to sit down and talk about some of those and learn some new ideas.
The Business Forum is an annual presentation by Innovation Credit Union and Nimigears Carlson Law Firm. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at southwesttvnews.com. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.